Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to say really quickly before I get on with this video, I wanted to say a big thanks to everybody that is new to this channel and that has subscribed within the last couple of weeks. It does mean a lot to me when I see that my videos do get views and comments on them and that it's actually helping some people out. It just makes me feel good about that. But anyways, so getting on into this video, what I'm going to be doing is doing a custom headliner on this STI. I've already done this install a couple of weeks ago, but I messed up on the back half of it, and also when I was recording this, my camera stopped recording halfway through, and I didn't get all the disassembly of this headliner. So that's why this video hasn't been posted yet. I'm actually going to be taking this down again, fixing the back half, and recording the whole process for you guys so you guys can see how it's done, and if you guys want to do it yourself. Basically what the custom headliner is going to be stars. So if you guys seen the Rolls-Royce headliners, they have like the little stars in it. It's optic fiber LED, or not LEDs, but they're optic fiber lighting. I'll show you guys exactly what it is and how to remove all of this stuff in the interior and get this headliner down. So let's do this. So right now I'm actually going to show you what it looks like currently right before I take it down and fix it, and I'm going to show you why I'm fixing the back half and why it's messed up. So hopefully this picks up on camera. Oh my gosh, the heater would turn on right now. Okay, so anyways, take a look underneath. Not sure if it's picking up on camera, but the back half is not as bright as the front half. And I'll show you why that happened and how I'm gonna fix it. I'm not happy with it and I'm not stopping until I am. So let's get into taking this headliner down, show you guys how it's done, and then let's fix this back portion. All right, to begin, I wanna take out the seats in this car to give me some more room to work. So I'll do my very best to record everything and show you guys what needs to be done so you guys don't mess up or don't get stuck anywhere. Basically what we have to do, so move this seat all the way back, and there's gonna be two bolts, one right there, there's gonna be one right there. I'm just gonna give you a breakdown really quick and then I'm gonna do it on camera. Then there's gonna be these two covers. Take those off and there's gonna be two more bolts underneath there. After you remove those, don't yank your seat out yet. There's gonna be some plugs underneath for your, depending on what kind of seat you have airbags, heated seats, automatic seats, you know. There's a lot of connectors, so make sure you disconnect all that, then pull the seat out. And it helps with a friend, but I'm a one-man team today, so we'll see what happens. So we're gonna start with the driver's seat. These are 14mm bolts. Grab a socket for this, and then just start taking them apart. So there's one. So there's another one. Now go ahead and slide your seat forward and get the other two bolts in the back. And I apologize for how dark it is, but I will do my best to give as much light and angles as I can. Okay, now to get the back covers off, you just kind of pull these off while spinning under, because there's this little tab right here. Not sure if you can see it, but you want to grab it. You kind of want to push under like that and pull it out. Same with this guy. Should come out like that. Put all this stuff in a safe spot so you don't step on it and break it, and don't lose it. Now let's just go ahead and get to removing these ones. Another bolt, and let's get this one. Okay, so once you lift up your seat, there's gonna be this little clip right here. You just kind of go behind it, push some of these tabs. You pop it out. So this one, just a tab you push right here, then you pull down. You pull this tab right here, this white one, and then you push it down like that. Now for this one, what you gotta do is you push down on this black part, like so, and it should come off. And this one's just a little bit annoying to get to because the tab is on the back of it. You gotta push the tab in with your finger and push it out like that. So in total, we're looking at 4 plugs and a clip. Now the seat's ready to come out. You really want to be careful. You don't want to scratch anything. So actually, before I do that, I'm going to remove a rear seat. They're just 2 tabs. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. All right, so to remove the back seat, what you have to do is you go basically about in the middle of this part. There's going to be a tab. You get it and you push out, then you pull up on this, and then do the same thing to the other side. So let me go over there. So about halfway through here, put your finger in here. There's gonna be a tab you push, and you pull up on this whole seat. And it should come right out like that. Just like that. And those are the tabs that you push right here. They line up with that thing. So you get your finger under here, and you push like that on both sides. So let's just go ahead and take this thing out. It's really light. You still want to be careful with it. Okay, now let's go ahead and remove the seat. So what I'm doing is angling the seat out so that way I can swing it out. Not the funnest process, but gotta go slow so you don't scratch something. So basically you just want to go slow and steady. Don't want to scratch or gouge anything on the way out. But the seat's out. Next we're gonna do the passenger. All right, so now this is the passenger side. Same thing, 14mm bolts. Now on to the back. Just like this. Now if you remember how this connector goes, you want to pull this black part. That comes off. There's a tab on the back of this one. There we go. Now this guy, you just pull right here, pull it down. And this is a tab right here you want to pull, push on and pull out. All right, let's get her out. So I would always remove these because they get in the way. And then kind of same thing, you want to kind of spin it first, rotate it, and then get it ready to pull out. That works. All right, so this is where we're currently at with the car. So got all the seats out, perfect. Now let's get the headliner out. Okay, so we're just about ready to start taking down the headliner. What I'm going to do is strap this GoPro to my head and just do a POV while I do this, because it's gonna be hard for me to record this, and I'm gonna do the best that I can. So bear with me, you guys. Let's do it. So we're gonna start by removing or disconnecting this battery, I mean. I hope this angle is good. I strapped a light to my forehead as well, so there's some light. All right, so battery's disconnected. What I think I'm gonna do first is start with removing all of these pillars. We're gonna start with this driver's side one. What you wanna do first is take off all of this rubber right here. Goes all the way around. Just kind of move it because all of this needs to come off. This little plate needs to come out. Just kind of pop it off. Just like that. Just put it to the side. So what you want to do is you want to grab this and just kind of pull like this to you. And if you can see inside of there, there's that green clip. You want to spin it so that way it goes into the groove and this piece can come out. I'll show you what I mean by that. So really hard to get your fingers in here, but you got to do it. And there you go. As you can see, this little piece goes into that little piece. And then you want to grab a glue stick and pop that speaker cover off, the tweeter cover. Now I'm using a glue stick. You can use whatever. You just need something that's flat and that'll get into that groove. Kind of want to shove it in towards the edge right here, just like that. Then pry up. But be a little bit more gentle. Now this piece should come out like that. And there you go. I'm gonna do the same thing to the passenger side. Just kind of neatly put all your stuff to the side. All right, so same thing. You wanna grab a flathead or a glue stick, something like this. Shove it in there and pry it out. There you go. Another tweeter cover off. Get this rubber off. Gonna need it all the way off right here. Just be gentle with this plastic because it is very malleable. And again, try to get to spinning this. There we go. And another cover off. So that's off, that's off. We're gonna do the oh shit handles very last and all of this other stuff as well. We're gonna get this section off now. So what you gotta do here, I'll show you. So you wanna grab your fingers right here and you kinda wanna pull away from you and pull towards you. So kind of like this and away. I'll show you. Because there's a clip that's holding it. You want to do that on both sides. Don't forget about this rubber piece right here. Remove that as well. Like that. That's how this piece comes off. We can actually remove this piece as well. Also just yanks right off. Now this piece doesn't have to come all the way off. We just want to have some slack so we can work with this piece right here. It's really all we need because we need to take out this screw. All right, so you grab your 10mm wrench and then you want to get this bolt out right here. And try not to drop your bolt down there because it's really a pain in the ass to get it later. Now as you can see, this piece is getting a lot more loose. There's a bolt right here on top of this, or underneath this cover. So what you want to do is just grab another flathead or a glue stick, and then you just want to pry it out. Just like that. That just comes right off. Then you want to take this bolt out and loosen the seatbelt, so that way this cover can come off over it. And there's a clip holding it in as well. I'll show you where it's at. So once you got that, just kind of let it hang. Because you got this off now. Now there's kind of a technique that I like to do for taking this off, because I don't know of any other real way to do it, but I just kind of hit it, because the way the clip is held in there, you can just kind of knock it out of its place. Like that. See how it can move to the side? You gotta be gentle with it. I'm gonna show you guys what that clip looks like. Right there, you see that pink clip? Not sure if you can catch it on the video, but I'm just trying to knock it out of a spot. There we go. And this section just comes down like this, and it comes right off. So the clip sits right inside of here. It's that pink one. Pain in the ass, but once you figure out how to get it out, it works. So I'm gonna put more of this stuff out of the car and not step on it, and then we're gonna move on to this section. All right, so we're moving on to this side. So let's go ahead and open this rear door. Take off the rubber. This piece as well. Piece out of there. So if you remember what I did to the last side, you grab each side and you kind of push out like this. Just grab them and push out. Just like this. Once you loosen that, get this cover out. Honestly, just need to pry it, that's it. Don't pry this little button, you could accidentally pry it out. So got that out. Let's get this screw out. All right, so this guy's out. As you can see, this little metal bar needs to slide into there. Just like that. All right, perfect. Let's get that 10mm bolt out. Yes, didn't drop it. All right, and if you remember, you want to punch it or softly bang it towards the back of the car. Get it around this little corner. Oops, like that. And as you can see, it's kind of moving to the side. You could also just pull on it, but I hate doing that just because of the clips always falling. But this one wasn't coming out, so I just pulled on it. Just be careful if you do that. And here she is. So this one is done as well. So we're gonna go ahead and tackle those rear pillars. They're super easy. I'm gonna take all of these headrests off to get them out of my way. Now the way these come off, you just honestly just pry them back. You wanna get your fingers in a good spot, like right here. I just wanna pry it. After you get that part pried, open the seat up. Then you wanna just be careful. Pry this last little piece, just like that, and you guys finally can see my fiber optics. And this is the section that's screwed up. This is the back portion. This is why it's screwed up. I'll show you and explain why that's like that in a little bit. Let's grab the other side. So this is my optic fiber lighting. That's how I have it routed. And it's sitting right back here, connected to this module. If you guys can see that. But we have to take all of that apart right now. But we're almost there. All right, so what I gotta do now is take out this seatbelt so that way I can remove my strands. Pull my strands out from here. These are kind of tricky to pull out of here, I'll be honest with you. Just gotta manipulate it the correct way. Just came right in. Okay, so the seatbelt was not having it today with all this in the way. It wasn't coming out, so I was able just to move it just enough to be able to pull this thing out. And yeah. All right, so we got the pillars all done. We got those out, seats are out. It is time to start taking apart anything attached to the headliner. All right, so I think what we should do first is take off these visors, and then we'll do the oh shit handles, and then these lights last because they're holding up the headliner. But yeah, let's go ahead and take this visor out. All right, so what we need is get a blue stick or something like a flathead and push those in. After you do that, these kind of like to get bent out because they're very fragile, so just kind of bend them back. All right, this one has a little cover on it. Just want to get in there however you can. So like that. I'm gonna go grab a Phillips. I'm actually gonna strap the light back onto my head because I preferred it that way better, so be right back. All right, we are back in business. All right, so, wow, this one sucks. My bolt. Because that always happens. All right, but anyways, you pull this thing out and there's gonna be this little clip you just push in. And your visor should come out. Just set that to the side. So that's good. Let's get this visor out of here. After you get those, just push these back out. As you can see, there's this little tab right here. Comes right off. Same thing, just push that tab in and it should come off. Now I'm just gonna move over here really quick and show you guys how this comes off. There's like 2 layers of it. Just wanna get under the first layer first, as you can see. And then, whoops, and it looks like that. So you wanna get under it like this first, and then that part. For these 3 right here. But I lost 2 of them. All right, so for these, what you gotta do, there's tabs on each side. You want to pull the tabs or pop them out like this. Once you pull them out, this thing should be coming out. Just make sure you pull them out enough. So I'll show you again. You get in there, just like this. You want to make sure you pull them out a lot, a good amount, and it finally comes loose like that. Now you can see the headliners pretty much wants to fall right now, but not till I say so. All right, next handle, pull them out. All right, we literally just got this, and the headliner is falling down on us. I think I'll leave this one to be last. So you want to get up in here with like a flathead or something? So there's those 2 Phillips you want to take out. Now at this point, this is where you gotta be ready to drop the headliner down. Now to get these out, you just gotta get something up in here and go like that. And 2 more Phillips and this headliner is coming down. Actually, before I forget, you do need to unplug this stuff. Or actually, I think it fits. Let me see. Never mind, we're good. Just kind of shove it up in there. Same with this thing once you unscrew it. Okay, 1 bolt to go. And then she's coming down. Better hold it with the GoPro. Well, I gotta dip out of here before I get squashed. No, I'm just kidding. And that right there is what the headliner looks like. So get ready. All right, I'm gonna try to take this thing out of the car now. But actually what I need to do, take off this type of stuff. Stick it to the roof. All right, now let me try to pull this thing out. I'm not sure if I could do it by myself, but I'll try. So here's my technique to taking this headliner out. It's a heavy headliner, so it's creasing a little bit heavy after I have all this shit on here. Anyways, I was able to do it with one guy, barely. All right, let me get this headliner inside for you guys, and then we're gonna start just dissecting the back half of it and redoing it. And I'll show you guys exactly how I did this. So here's my headliner. Time for my explanation. All right. So as you can see, this half looks, you know, not very good. This half looks a lot better. So what I did when I was installing this was my first time ever doing something like this, so I don't even, you know, trial and error pretty much. But I did this half first because I have two bundles, as you can see. 2 strands, 656 stars in total. But anyways, one strand is for the first half and the other strand is for the other half. And I did this half first, and I wasn't really paying attention to how much slack I left for the connection. And this part right here ended up being right here. And there's no way I can connect that to the module. So I had to cut it, and what I did was I basically just cut 2 ends and then I put them together and taped them, just like this. But it cuts light off, or it's not as bright as it is on the other half. And I knew it wasn't gonna look that good, but I got so far into doing this that I didn't wanna not install my headliner anymore. So I figured just run it how it is and then fix it later. And now it's later, so now I gotta fix it. So basically what I'm gonna do is just a little time lapse of me taking this half apart, and hopefully that works out, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to do these stars into the headliner. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a quick update on this headliner, and I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips if you guys are doing this yourself. And then we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you guys what I do. So right now it kind of looks like a cluster going on here because of all the other dots I made the previous time. This is what it should look like. See, there's not that many dots compared to this side. But what are you going to do? So all the black stars are going to be the smallest strands that I have, and then all these highlighter ones are going to be the bigger strands. There's 3 different sizes, but I only have 8 of the really big ones, and I am making a big dipper out of it right here, and then I'm just throwing around the last one somewhere here. But anyways, what you guys want to do before you get started, what I would recommend is, depending on how many stars you have, I would mark out your sections and then split that many stars per section, so that way you get an even amount per section. That's what I did. Next, you want to make sure you have enough. So if you take a look at the strand goes pretty long, so it will for sure reach all the way over here. And make sure the connection where it's going to connect to has enough slack, so that way it can come out and then into your trunk. And that's where I messed up last time, because it only went up to right here. So I'm going to make sure it has enough slack all the way down, and then you want to make sure you route it this way. So you have it routed this way, and then you want to start placing your strands. And the way I do it is I go from the inside out. So I'll start going these ones, and then I'll go this way out. The whole way. So yeah, I'll show you guys me do a couple of these so you guys can see, and then I'm going to do another time lapse of me finishing this section. So let's do it. Oh yeah, also what I recommend is, since you see I have 3 different sizes, this is going to be the medium strands, the smallest ones, and then this is the big ones that I have. There's only 8 of those. So I separated all of them so I know where they are. And then I have the bundles zip tied probably like every foot or so, because they do get tangled super easy. And if you don't do this, you'll find out the hard way. Oh yeah, one more tip I wanted to give you guys, because I learned this the hard way as well. So you want to grab a gun or a hot glue gun that is a low temp gun, like that. Do not grab a high temp gun. I learned this the hard way. This is a piece of crap. Get it out of here. I got this at the Dollar Tree too, so that's where you can get this. But the reason I say that, these strands, they melt easy. And especially the very thin ones, they melt very easy. If you get a high temp gun, it's just gonna melt straight through the strand. It's gonna either not, it's just gonna rip it in half, or it's gonna look like crap. So use a low temp gun. Also, do not use any type of, let's say, super glue or glues like that, because they have a chemical reaction. And I've also tried that, and the strands just literally become very fragile and they just snap and break. It's weird. So just do this. Just do a low temp gun and you'll have no problems. Okay, so what I do first is I grab a wall tack and I'll poke the first hole, so it's just like a pilot hole on where you want to have your strands. So this is going to be the first star. Just poke a hole right through that. Don't step on your tack. Whatever. Then you want to grab your strand. You want to cut it so it's a little sharper than what it normally is, because there's another layer of fabric under here that normally doesn't penetrate all the way through. So you want to get it into your hole that you made, and then you just want to shove it through best you can, and it should be like that. Then what you want to do is you want to pull these all the way through. Up to this point, because this is where I want it. Just pull them all the way through and hot glue that part. Now you pretty much want to go and do that to all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and just poke a hole through a bunch of these, get them started. And then we're going to get that part done. Pull it through like that, and then get a hot glue. So another tip I can give you guys is also have your bundle tight right here, how you're gonna want it coming out, because you don't want it to be a big cluster right here. So you want it to look neat. So what I did is I zip tied it to this chair right here. It's holding my bundle, so everything's gonna be tightened and pulled tight right here, and it's gonna have a nice tight bundle as I work this way. So anyways, I think you guys got the general idea on how to do this. I'm just gonna set this camera up and just do a time lapse and see what I can get done today. Alright, so we are halfway done with this headliner. This is what this section looks like. Now we just got this little bit left. And I am tired. Alright, so it's day number 2 now. I am getting ready to finish this headliner. I have to snip all of these fiber optics flush with the headliner. I'm going to show you guys how that's done. It's very easy. I'm going to turn it on for you guys as well, so that way it looks a little cooler to watch me do this. And I'm going to do a little time lapse. Then we can finally get ready to put this thing back into the car. Alright, so I got the headliner up, getting ready to cut it. Turn it on for you guys and show you what it's looking like so far. Now what I actually want to do, because I think there's some areas that I kind of space some stars out too much. I'm going to look for those specific areas before I start cutting. For instance, like, look at this, there's no star. I'm going to put a star like right here. So what I'm going to do, these are pretty easy to pull out. I'm going to find one where there's some too close together and I'm going to pull it out and put it here instead. So let me just do that with a couple of these and then we're going to get to cutting them. Okay, so this is the process. All you got to do, just cut flush. Just like that. And believe it or not, it's kind of fun. It's like a stress reliever to be doing. It's like bubble wrap. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this to the rest of the headliner. Alright, so as you guys can see, it is completed. Well, this headliner is pretty much ready to go back into the car. All right, so carefully and slowly you want to get it in there. It's just really hard because you don't want to tug on anything. These pull out so easy. I might have pulled some out, I don't know, we'll see. If there's gaps, that's probably why. Like gaps between stars, but all right, she's in here and time to reinstall it. I think I'm just gonna do a time lapse to reinstall it. Just do it backwards, I guess. But I think this video is already gonna be too long. Anyways, let's get it. All right, everybody, I just got the headliner in place. All the trim pieces are where they need to be, so everything's back together. The only thing I have left is the 2 front seats, but I'll do that off camera. I hope I did a good job at recording this. It was hard to record and do the install by myself all at the same time, but I did my best, and I hope that the footage is good or decent. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and without further ado, let's see the stars.